Let's be real. Starting, running, and scaling a coaching business can feel exhausting. I mean, you've got the marketing, the hustling, the selling, all that stuff you didn't realize you would need to master when you decided to start a coaching business. For anything like me, you started your coaching business to change the world, to improve the lives of others while improving your own. Well, the truth is, running a business doesn't have to be as hard as many of us have made it out to seem. And you don't even have to do all that hustling stuff if you don't want to. You really can get into flow, into your zone of genius, and get back to the work you were sent here to do. But you have to ask for help. You have to be willing to work in new ways. You have to be willing to open up your mind to mentors who might be doing it differently than you've ever considered. And you have to be willing to actually implement new ways of thinking and running your business. If you're up for that, stay tuned. I'm Hanna Hermanson, your certified coach, international speaker, author, and yes, the founder of Dream Life is Real Life and the host of the show. And I've been able to help hundreds of coaches build, scale, and enjoy their online businesses. Essentially, make their dream life their real life. And if you'd like help improving your business life and get your coaching business to the next level, we might be able to help you. Head on over to dreamlifeisreallife.com/show to get all the resources and episodes that we talk about in this community. You can join our Facebook community, you can find me on Instagram, but more importantly, if you're really ready to integrate what you learn here today and on other episodes, then you'll be able to set up a complimentary 10-minute chat with my team. Again, at dreamlifeisreallife.com/show, no strings attached. We love getting to know you and seeing what are the right next moves for you. But now let's get on to the show. In this podcast, you'll find the real people, concrete tactics, and weekly motivation and inspiration to make your dream life and business real. I started this podcast to bring you the role models that I never had. We talk to successful entrepreneurs, freedom seekers, business owners, and people living life on their own terms. To be a true leader, to create the legacy you desire, and to live in alignment, you need a tribe lifting you up. And I've made it my mission to be your tribe, to bring them to your ears at least, because after all, we are all in this together. Now, let's cue the music. It's just me, Hannah, and you today on the show. I'll be totally honest with you. The month of June has been a bit of a blur in all good ways. But if you've been following the podcast every single week, you've been hearing more of just me. I feel like not only in my life, but in my guests' lives, it's been a little bit busy with the masks coming off and things opening up, and it's summertime. I really have just, kind of paused some of the recordings and, interviews with folks. And I also realized that it's been almost a year since I just chatted with you all, since we had just a little bit of a personal update. So I'm taking this opportunity to connect just one-on-one with you, dear listener. Have no fear. We will have lots of great guests. I have a great lineup for the rest of the summer and beyond. We're not going anywhere. But if you're liking the solo episodes or would love to hear about something specific, please do not hesitate to let me know. Hannah at dreamlifeisreallife.com. That's me. And a whole lot has happened in my personal life, in my emotional life, and in my business life. So I wanted to bring you up to speed so we're on the same page moving forward into the second best half of 2021 here as people, entrepreneurs, and leaders together. So yeah. All right. A year ago, doesn't really, don't need to give you the whole life story, but if you missed it, Mac, my husband, and I have moved. We've relocated to Merida, Mexico. We left Sacramento in January, and we've been down here for exactly 5.5, almost 6 months now. And we are loving it. You can definitely check us out on Instagram. That's where we show a lot of our travel and expat type adventures. Really enjoying the digital nomad life. And really noticing in my emotional being how much space and ease and freedom I feel here. We actually just got back from a month visiting the States. So one of my cousins got married and we wanted to see our families and get our vaccines. So we spent most of the month of June stateside. And a few people asked, like, why Mexico? Like, what's going on there? And it's really a feeling. I could list off the amazing home that we're living in with the pool, like straight off my vision board. I could talk about the cost of living and the food and the language and the people and yes, all of that. But really the bottom line is this energy, this feeling. And I've tried to explain it in a lot of ways, but I really felt the contrast going back to the States. It was almost immediate that we landed, that I felt my brain pick up and my concerns go back to things that I thought I was, good with, like food, body, weight, money, just like all these old stressors just kind of hit me in the face. And I really felt like I was just like a mile a minute and, really a version of myself from several years ago. And it was cool. I did what I needed to do. I have so many tools and so much community and really just love in the States that it was a great trip. It was honestly one of the best trips. I really saw the States as a great place and I really understand why people love it and why I loved it. And I love all of those places and they're wonderful to visit. And then the contrast coming back, sure. I mean, I have to keep in mind, we were staying with our parents, we were seeing family every single day. It was a really fast paced trip. Again, post-pandemic, which brings up just a lot of energy and emotion. You're probably feeling that too right now, right? Whether you haven't changed at all or you changed a lot during the pandemic, getting the opportunity to be back in real life with people, brings up something if you're, emotionally aware. And so coming back, then it was really striking again, the contrast of just the exhale that I felt and the feeling that everything is going to be all right. And the other big thing that both Mac and I comment on daily is the awe here. It's so inspiring. I don't know if it's still that it feels new or that we're more inspired and excited to go out and try new things and meet new people and learn the language, or if it's the vast history that's here. But it's definitely the place that I've felt the most inspired, the most just in awe of life, and everything is abundant and expanding and there's so much space to enjoy. That's really huge for entrepreneurship, to have that flow of energy and inspiration and awe. It's law of attraction. And the people here just kind of see life in the moment and it's day to day and you are as you are, and that's totally perfect. The other great thing that this year and this space, really the space, the slowdown, the mental clarity that I've created for myself has built a lot of, I guess clarity is the best word, in business as well. I think you might notice this in your own life when your physical space and your emotional space are clear and strong, then that absolutely translates into the business, or you as an entrepreneur and you as a leader and as a maker. And what became very obvious to me in the last 6 to 12 months is a evolution. I think entrepreneurship is all about evolution. I don't love the word pivot. So many people say that. And you think of Ross from Friends and you think of people just throwing everything out the window. You might be able to call what I've been doing over the last several months a pivot, though. Like I said, I like to call it an evolution, which really, again, entrepreneurship is. And to be honest, I'm also reaching the 5-year mark of my business. And I look at some folks, people who have been teaching the same thing for 10 years, saying the same thing, reaching the same audience, I think they must be really bored. And it's just not me. It's never exactly how I plan to, run my business. It's always the same thing, always the same offer, and just having to change the marketing for it. And I also just felt it in my bones. So this evolution, I want to talk to you about 3 steps that I took to make this next step. And number 1, it was
survey clients. Number 2, it was market research. And then number 3, it was identifying my strengths and getting feedback from mentors. And I'm going to talk to you about what that looked like in my business, just in case you ever consider a change in offers, because it was strategic and it felt really great and it's been really seamless. Because I see so many people, like I said, just like pivot, throwing crap out there. And I don't think that's the best for your energy or your audience's energy either. So what I did is I took a look at my best and favorite clients, the people that I have either worked with for a long time or got the best results, or I enjoyed working with the most. And I surveyed them. I asked them straight up, like, why do you come to me? What do you get from me that you appreciate the most? What don't you get from other people, coaches, or teammates that you have? And there were a lot of common themes. And some of them surprised me. And when I shared with my team, hey, guess what, guys? People aren't actually coming to us to like get their first clients anymore. We've graduated, but I don't think our offer is keeping up with the work that we're actually doing, right? We were helping coaches get started, get their first few clients, just really be a startup as a coach and get their first few clients. And my top clients, I was actually working with them on leadership, confidence, team development, branding, leveraging their marketing strategy. So getting off of social media and doing other things. And so this was really exciting to me because I was feeling that maturity as well in my business, in that I wasn't, as excited about helping brand new coaches learn all of the new things. I was advancing to more of that middle or high school level of marketing and coaching myself. So I continued to do research, first starting with my current clients and then taking a look at the market. And if you're a coach or you are watching the coaching industry, then you've seen a massive influx, if you will, during the pandemic. So totally makes sense. I've always believed that anyone with a little bit of life experience or one step ahead of others can turn around and help someone behind them, could, make an offer, make a business, give a solution to someone who has a problem. Still 1,000% true to me. I believe that. However, what, the pandemic allowed us to do was to use social media, to use the internet to become anything we wanted to become. And we all were there. We were all online. So there's a really noisy coaching space out there. And it's not that it's saturated or that people aren't supposed to be coaches or anything like that. It's just that the problem that I identified in the coaching niche is that coaches who are great at what they do are the best kept secret. Coaches who are actually coaching and in their programs and with their clients and studying personal development, law of attraction, all these like things that they could be adding to their program instead of marketing are the best kept secret. They're the ones losing out on this massive momentum that the coaching industry is getting. And, newbie coaches who might not have invested as much in their expertise or their certifications are the ones, out there being the loudest. And I wanted to see that tide shift to change. So I started to talk to coaches who are quiet, not the coaches that you see out on social media all the time, but the ones who have been at this for a couple of decades, that are the experts in their field, actually, that, have multiple offers and teams and booming businesses. And they got it. They said, yeah, Hannah, totally. Like, I feel like I'm, losing out. I'm leaving money on the table, but I don't want to be a marketer. Like, I signed up to be a coach, not a marketer. And so I took all of this data, I did some soul searching, I did some strengths finding, and worked with some of my mentors to get clarity on what I wanted to offer coaches next. So what you'll be seeing and what we've been rolling out, we've shifted the offer to teaching them, here's the principle, here's the theory, here are the lasting marketing strategies that you're going to need for your coaching business, and rather just doing it for them. So I'm building a bit of an agency. I don't know if I love that word yet, but my team and I are doing done for you copywriting, content, and funnels for coaches and health professionals. So this means that they get to give us their brain. They tell us everything that they do, who they serve, what they're great at, what problems they solve, who they want to reach. And my team and I go together executing a marketing strategy. Done for you, copywriting and funnels, And so included in that are personal packages, right? We're doing some website builds and rewrites for coaches who know that they've just been using their website as like an online business card. And it's time to actually make that real estate do something. How long have you been paying for your domain? How long has that been sitting there? How much money and thought did you put into, the photos that you initially put up on your website? Well, we're helping coaches actually turn that into a funnel, into getting people to book calls, to buy products, to take actions. So we've got websites going. We also write emails. So, sales, marketing, all of that, so that they don't have to sit down every week at the blinking blank cursor and say, how the heck do I market? I want to be speaking on a stage, writing a book, writing a program, not marketing emails. And the same is true for social media content as well. And then there's all sorts of things that happen on the back end when it comes to helping you convert subscribers and followers to paying coaching clients. Really similar, I feel like I'm the professor turned creator. For years I was a professor. I taught the theory, I taught the best practices, I taught what works, and now I just get to go do it. And I have been able to work. We're working with clients who, again, are in the 3 to 5 years of their business and beyond. And then in addition to that, I've kept a few of my one-on-one coaching clients. These are VIPs in my heart, but not necessarily in their, investment. I just still love being the professor, if you will, and helping, as I mentioned, some of my best clients, people that I've worked with in the past or have come from really strong referrals, helping them build their leadership team, helping them, expand their brand, expand awareness, and take their mission to the next level as well. That's what the business side of things looks like. And I think it's, again, just like this reflection of maturity. I'm not saying I'm mature. I'm just saying I've been in it for 5 years, and of course things are going to change. And I hope that this is permission for you. If you're just feeling like you've been doing the same thing for too long, or you're not getting the same excitement or energy, or you've changed offers a lot and you're afraid to keep changing and evolving. Like, I believe that this is what entrepreneurship is. I look at the people who have had multiple industries, multiple offers, multiple experiences, multiple niches in their back pocket. I don't want to say on their resume, but in their life experience, in their professional experience, as a type of entrepreneur that I want to be. Because if we're not learning, growing, and expanding, we're shrinking, right? I think this podcast is also evolving. And, we can talk to you guys about emails and funnels and social copy and all those things. But I really see the lifestyle and the mindfulness and the health and well-being being the top conversation that we'll bring to the podcast here. It is the Dream Life is Real Life podcast. And I want to continue bringing you the energy, the inspiration, and the stories to motivate you, to propel you on this path. So this is the Dream Life is Real Life podcast, and really, still the mission of why I do what I do. I still get to help coaches, get their word, get their zone of genius out into the world. And I get to do the same here. And I'm really passionate about marketing and being that guru and that shark that can bring sales and copy and strategy to coaches. And I'm a lot type A in that way, and also a little woo woo. So continue to tune in for the inspiration and the stories and the entrepreneurship fuel that you need, because it isn't just strategy and tactics and having things done for you, right? It's showing up as that leader and the energy and the mental space and the dream home or wherever you are that, helps you really become that holistic person, right? I didn't become an entrepreneur just to be an entrepreneur. I became an entrepreneur so that I could also do other things with my life and have more of that time and money freedom. What else do I want to tell you guys? Our dog just turned 2. She's great, Madison. She is still not been to Madison, Wisconsin. We were recently there. She's named after. Again, you can see all this stuff on Instagram. We shared more personal stuff over there than anything. And as I mentioned, my husband, Mac, he is still on the team helping us, and he's rolling out some more travel products and entertainment even. He's got some videos that he's been putting up and kind of being our tour guide. So if the travel side and the digital nomad side is still what you're here for, then stick around. I'm so grateful that we're on this journey. I'll make sure that we get links to our Instagram, our YouTube videos, and of course, this new and exciting evolution, the done for you offer that we're giving to coaches. And I really would love, this kind of midpoint, an opening of the summer moment. Let me know what you guys would love to see on the show. If you have a great guest, like I said, we've got some amazing women lined up for the coming months. We have mindset coaches, we have medical doctors, we have financial coaches. Again, just continuing to bring you that holistic life coaching and support and inspiration so that you can make your dream life your real life.
That's right, friends. That'll do it for our show today. But remember, if you're really ready to implement and take these ideas into action, then hop on over to dreamlifeisreallife.com/show, and you can access all of the resources we talked about, and more importantly, set up a complimentary 10-minute phone call with my team so that we can help you get clarity and some concrete action steps in place, so this doesn't just become another one of those feel-good moments, but an opportunity to actually make a change in your life and business, because all good things come in action. So we'll see you over there at dreamlifeisreallife.com/show, and next week here on the show.